second night in the woods. Day 8 since the tethering. I awoke to strange noises underneath and all around my hammock. It's dark, but I noticed the sky had that ruddy tint again. Otherworldly shrieks and moans fill the air. I know not what portal I have been coming through, but I realize now this is not Earth, maybe not my reality. There is a foreboding evil that weighs on you here, that slowly suffocates you. As I'm gazing up, processing that, a giant bird-like creature with a long, serpentine tail flew gracefully through my vision. Definitely not in Kansas anymore. I feel the tether pull tight, compelling me out of the hammock. I hear things crawling on the ground, but I can't see anything. I brace for any kind of unwanted contact as one foot lands, and then the other. It's more of an impression of things moving along the ground and brushing against my legs. I can't verify if there is anything there or not. I'm pulled once again toward the trail, and in the direction of the Devil's Pulpit. I feel I couldn't resist and head back if I wanted to, but I have the added motivation of what sounds like an entire horde of large, loud, snorting, and growling creatures crashing through the underbrush on either side of the trail. All of the noises, including what sounds like biting or snapping jaws, remind me of hungry hyenas following a wounded animal, waiting for it to tire. Once again, I'm led to the pulpit. I try to fight it, but I place first one hand, then the other, then a knee onto the pulpit and slowly climb up as if in a dream. Same surrealness, same lack of control. I lay on my back and stare up at the crimson-colored sky. Frozen in place, I only have my hearing to judge what's happening here on terra firma. I hear a gentle snort to my left, and an answering one on my right. I can hear random shrieks and what may be human screams in the distance. I have a moment to wonder if this is where all the missing 411 victims end up. Start wondering just where here is when a paw or a hand sets gently down next to my left ear. I strain my eyes, willing them to look further to the left. I can see a long claw coming out of a furry paw alongside 3 more raptor-like claws. A small thumb-like protrusion juts out, clawless, where the thumb should be on a person. Then a head lifts up to eye level and stares back at me. I can't process what my eyes are taking in. Apparent build and stature of a bear, a big head with bare ears and snout. But the eyes, they are captivating. And reading me, there is a knowing and understanding, but yet an evil lurking behind those eyes. It seems to relish in my fright and confusion. I hear a sound to my right, and my eyes dart in that direction. Another creature, seeing stealth is no longer necessary, stands fully upright. My brain shorts out again as I take it in. Over 6 feet tall, as massive as a bear, but very human-like. Had to be around 500 pounds, mostly muscle from what I could see, and able to stand completely upright. It has the musculature of a human in the chest and shoulders, and this one has very human facial expressions. Its satisfaction at my uncomfortable squirming and fear is impossible to miss. As it stares at me, it slowly leans forward until it's about 6 inches from my face. It draws a breath, seeming to create a vacuum of sound, and roars. I don't know if it's the proximity, but somehow this is louder than the one yesterday. I close my eyes and wished I could close my nose to protect myself from the spittle and rancid air it unleashed. So far it has offended 3 of my 5 senses. I would have been fine stopping there. But then the creature on my right drags a claw down my leg as it moves toward the feet. All my hairs stand on end, and my skin alights with goosebumps as that familiar electrical current ripples across my skin. 4 senses agree. Nope. It takes a second to smell my feet. Creep, I think to myself, chuckling. Humor is all I have, locked in place, as these creatures take obvious delight in terrorizing me. It's as if they're feeding off of it, or getting some other level of satisfaction I dare not even think about. It slowly turns as it's sniffing my feet, almost playfully, as if tickling or teasing. And then it locks eyes with me and rises slightly so I can see its mouth. The bastard smiles at me. It leers at me over my feet, grinning. The whole time I've been trying to move, talk, or do anything to confront the things. Maybe like black bears, I just need to show them I'm not a punk and stage a little bluff charge myself. While I still can't move anything but my eyes, I slowly gain control of my lips and vocal cords. "The fuck are you things?" I yell, breaking the tense silence that follows the roar. This gets a reaction. I'm still staring at old foot fetish down there, and his grin widens. I can see Death Breath on my right. They pause and look at each other. I look at Death Breath and we lock eyes. He leans towards me, grinning. "Get away," I yell. "Dude, your breath is awful. Would you eat a shit tack for breakfast?" I'm guessing they don't have Tic Tacs here, as neither laugh at my hilarious jab. "Quit playing. If you guys are going to eat me, just do it," I scream. I'm at the end of my rope. Life be damned, all I want is this to end. Death Breath leans in as old foot fetish takes a long, sloppy lick of my foot. I shriek, somewhere between a giggle and utter terror. Death Breath, at the height of my scream, licks my neck and ran his tongue up to my ear and lapped it back into his rancid mouth. I'm trying to kick, to punch, to thrash, but nothing happens. They must be able to sense my attempts at movements because they watch and chortle in amusement. The two circle around me, changing places, teasing me with claw and tongue, assaulting my senses with roars and odors. I couldn't tell you how long this went on. It felt like it would never end. And then blackness. I've lost all track of time. Maybe 9 days since the tethering. I awake in my hammock. It appears to be sunset again. After a little deliberation, I've decided to take the short hike up to the Outerbridge Shelter. I'm leaving my tent and hammock here. I'll be back for one more stay. If the creatures don't take my life, I will. I couldn't endure many more nights like the last. I only wish to sign the logbook at GW Outerbridge Shelter and leave behind this journal. People need to know there's a predator in these woods, and it'd probably be helpful to know there are other dimensions than this, and awful things lie there in wait, and they leave traps. Thank you for listening. This presentation has been brought to you by Soulless Studios. Jack's Journal, read by Soulless. From the short story written by Chris Groff. Stay tuned to the channel for more bonus material and an all-new season of Strange Days starting in the fall. Like and subscribe. Thanks again for listening.